All right, so shalom, shalom. What's that right here? So first and foremost, I want to start off by saying Barakatham, Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shah. I want to give all honor and glory to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem Kakadash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and shout out to the hopeful elect, starting with the 144,000. Shalom. All right, so Lord willing, right? The title of this lesson, right? The title of this lesson will be the king's mind. I don't know how I want to put it. I'm trying to think of a title, Lord willing, right? The king's mind's in the hands of the Lord, right? The king's mind's in the hands of the Lord, right? And we know the preacher right here, Proverbs 21 says the king's heart, but the word heart goes into mind, right? And this Christian came, through the spirit, probably how about Shah. As I was watching the elders, the street mission they did, which is edifying, plenty lessons came to mind as I was watching the lesson, watching the camp they did, Lord willing, if I don't get to it today, definitely tomorrow, I want to get to, the spiritual gifts. Also, they were talking about, the spirit discernment, the spiritual gifts that all work in the same power of Yahweh Shah. But today I want to go into the king's heart is in the hand, the king's mind in the hand of the Lord. The word heart goes into mind, right? And when you understand it, Yahweh Shah, he controls everything, right? Even what these kings doing, even what these people doing, right? Trump, Putin, all these people, they doing what Yahweh Shah set for them to do, right? And this came after Elder Apostle Har, Elder Apostle Gabar, and the bishop, right? Bishop Sakaran, they was talking about how Daniel 10:13, how that Cyrus, right? It says Prince of Persia was talking about Cyrus the Great, right? He was strong-minded, right? And Yahweh Shah had to get, the archangel, Michael the archangel had to come with him, that spiritual, that mind battle going on in the spirit world and whatnot, right? Because we understand, Yahweh Shah, he controls these kings. They do exactly, he the narrator of this movie, right? Everything he set out, everything he put in play is being put in motion. A lot of people might think, oh, he doing this, he doing that. It's like it. But the whole time, it's Yahweh Shah really doing this, right? Matter of fact, what is that? Proverbs 16:9, right? A man's heart divides his way, but the Lord directs his steps, right? Also, man's going. Bear with me. Bro, I know it's in Proverbs. Man going to the Lord, how can he understand his own way? I'm typing understand his own. Proverbs 20:24, right? It says a man's going are of the Lord Yahweh. How can a man then understand his own way, right? And when you really understand it, these kings are wicked because Yahweh Shah sent those left-hand spirits to deal through them, right? But a lot of people would think that, Yahweh Shah don't do evil. A lot of people don't think that, even with Satan, right? Satan is created, Satan is under Yahweh Shah. Satan is under him, right? Satan was created to do exactly what he's doing. Deceive, that's why Yahweh gave him charge over Esau, right? They're the physical sons and daughters of Satan, right? But he gave him charge over them because he was created to be wicked. The same as they was created to be wicked. But we understand it, that's why you have Trump being so ruthless. You gotta think about even going back in time. This really, I was gonna go into the Putin, Trump things as such. Kim Jong, his name, Kim Jong Un, whatever I pronounce his name. But really, when I was thinking about it, I was thinking of the kings of old time. Because when you think about the kings of old time, Yahweh Shah prophecy was really being fulfilled. Yahweh Shah was really using a lot of them to get prophecy done. A lot of those things they were doing, Yahweh Shah was causing them to do it. Even when you go to, matter of fact, a precept real fast, when we think of 2nd Esdras 2, right? No, it's like 1st Esdras 2, right? It says this is proof, right? It says in the first year, because this is after the Medo-Persian Empire took down the Babylonian Empire, which we was in captivity under the Babylonian Empire, right? So watch, it says in this first year of Cyrus, king of the Persians, right? That the word of the Lord might be accomplished, right? That the word of the Lord might be accomplished that he had promised by the mouth of Jeremy, right? So they doing, Yahweh Shah using them to accomplish what he said, right? What he said, the Lord raised up the spirit of Cyrus, the king of the Persians, and he made proclamations throughout all his kingdom, and also by writing, saying, this says Cyrus, the king of the Persians, the Lord of Israel. Who is that? Yahweh, right? It says, Yahweh Shah, right? It says, the Most High Lord had made me king of the whole world and commanded me to build him a house at Jerusalem in Jewry, right? If therefore there be any of you that are of his people, let the Lord, even his Lord, be with him, and let him go up to Jerusalem that is in Judea and build the house of the Lord, for he is the Lord that dwelleth in Jerusalem. And we understand that's going into the second temple being built, because the Babylonians destroyed the first temple. This one, the second temple. The Most High put the spirit on Cyrus. They went and took down the Babylonians, right? They took down the Babylonians, right? The Most High put the spirit on Cyrus to gather the people, take them back to Jerusalem to rebuild the temple, right? And for us to walk in the righteousness of Yahweh Shah, which we didn't. So which later led to what? A kingdom being took down by the Romans, right? The Romans coming in, taking 67 AD, the 70 AD, right? You know, the great diaspora and them taking down the temple. They started destroying the second temple. But the point is, now that how the Most High put the spirit on him to go do that. You know, the king's heart, the king's mind is in the hands of the Lord. Yahweh Shah, he put the spirit in them to do what he wanted them to do, right? As I mentioned earlier, think about what back then with Nero. We understand that Trump is Nero reincarnated, right? Nero was doing the same thing Trump doing right now, coming down harsh on Jake, you know, coming down harsh on Jake in all types of ways, right? Why you think Trump doing that? Cause why? Jacob's trouble is gonna be fulfilled. Yahweh Shah put the spirit. When Trump wake up and be like, yo, EBT finna be gone today, or Trump wake up and we finna do this today. Who you think he's evil, but who you think orchestrating for him to do that, right? Let's see. This Joel, what is it, 33? Yeah, Joel 33, right? And verse 13, it says, why dost thou strive against him? He giveth account not any of his matters, right? Because you can't go against Yahweh Shah. What he said is what he do, right? What he said is what's going to be done. I'm going to say, right? It says, for Yahweh speaketh once, yet twice, yet man receiveth it not. He said, in a dream, in a vision of the night, when a deep sleep falleth upon men, and the slumbers upon bed, then he opened the ears of men and sealeth their instruction, that he may withdraw man from his purpose and hide pride from man, right? Because once Yahweh Shah put the instructions in his mind, guess what? The man wake up and be on that. Because what? Yahweh Shah control the left hand spirit and he control the right hand spirits, right? If they try to be evil to see the Lord not done it, these things that's going on, all these things that's happening, these leaders and things that said they being so cruel and things that said Yahweh Shah dealing for them to do that, right? That's why he said you put your trust in them. That's why he said you put your trust in them, shall bring you shame. Because we understand it, you fearing them, you scared them all that, but the whole time Yahweh Shah controls them. They can't nothing go against Yahweh Shah. What do you say to Pharaoh? For this reason I raised up Pharaoh. So when I take you down, they'll know who the true power is, right? That's why he built Esau up to be the position that he is. That's why he allowed America to be that golden cup, Because the ones who confuse and deceive, they gonna fear men. But the ones who focus, they gonna understand a king's heart, a king's mind is in the hands of the Lord. Yahweh Shah ordained him to do all this. That's why we looking at him. This mark of the beast, these things, we looked at him like, you just don't know. Yahweh Shah already showed us these things. Yahweh Shah already told you. We know the only reason you doing this is because Yahweh Shah allow you doing it, right? Let me see. I'm gonna face up on my other phone real fast and go to Google. Bear with me. Yeah. Matthew 10, 29, 31. Right, let's go there, right? You know, Lord willing, this is my spirit to go in this because a lot of these people in this word, they don't truly know Yahweh Shah. Right? I want to show you the definition. I searched it up a while ago, right? I searched this up a while ago. Let's see, respectful fear, right? I want to show you the definition, because how about y'all say what? The beginning of wisdom is fear is the beginning of wisdom, right? Because why? When you fear Yahweh Shem Shai, do you truly understand who he is? You understand his power. You understand his judgment. You understand all of it, right? Fear is the beginning of knowledge and wisdom, right? He's not just saying that. He's not just trying to be boastful, prideful. He tell you that because why? Like, it's a respectful fear thing, because you understand his powers. You will understand that he control all this, right? This is the definition of respectful fear, right? It says respectful fear, often called reverent fear, means having deep awe and honor and admiration for someone or something powerful like Yahweh, or respected leader, recognizing their greatness and authority without being paralyzed by fear. It's a healthy, positive awe that inspires wise action, obedience, and humility, distinguishing it from the negative fear that causes dread, separation, and desires to flee. Think of a child respecting a parent's rule, even if they fear minor punishment, versus a child terrified of a parent, right? So when you understand it, it's respectful fear, because we understand his power, we understand his justice, we understand his rights, we understand that, we do, because Yahweh Shem Shai is our father, right? We're his children, we're his sons, right? In Hebrew, children means son, we're his sons, right? So we're his sons, and we do the rights, we do his work. Guess what? He's gonna reward us. We're gonna be brought to the king. He told us to reward what's come behind it, right? But just as well, if you disrespect your parents and don't do what they say, guess what? You get a punishment. But Jake put fear in Esau for what? For guns, for embarrassment, things and such. Not knowing that Yahweh Shem Shai, they can't do it unless Yahweh Shem Shai said it to be done. Jake so lost, they don't truly know Yahweh Shem Shai. They have a zeal of God, but not of knowledge. They don't truly know who he is. Oh, they don't truly know. They don't know his name, right? They don't know his power. They don't know he control everything. He control the tides. He control everything. Everything's in the hands of Yahweh Shem Shai. Just will he raise up kings and take down kings, right? And so this Matthew 10:29, right? In 31, I started verse 29. It says, "Are not two sparrows sold for a farthing, and one of them shall not fall on the ground without your father?" Right? Matter of fact, actually, I'm gonna start at verse 28. Matter of fact, I'm gonna start at verse 26. It says, verse 26 says, fear them not, therefore, for there is nothing covered that shall not be revealed, and hid that shall not be known. What I tell you in darkness, that ye speak in the light, and what you hear in the ear, that ye preach upon the housetops. And fear not them which kill the body, but are not able to kill the soul. And who's able to do that? Yahweh Shem Shai. You might think you good in this life. Yahweh Shem Shai get you in the next. You might think you can get off here. Hey, guess what? Yahweh Shem Shai send you back through another fleshly body. Now you messed up. Or you have kids who die early. That's judgment. You have babies who die early. You have babies who born with, things that such. I don't want to speak too much YouTube, right? Dysfunction, thing that says, however you want to put it. That's judgment, right? Because what? They put more fear into them which can kill the body, right? And they think about the one who could do what? He said, but are not able to kill the soul, but rather fear him, which is able to destroy both soul and body. Who is that? Yahweh Shem Shai. Because he can destroy both. What you gonna do to a lot of Jake? You're gonna destroy it. These other nations, they're gonna be destroyed, right? The other nations gonna be destroyed, man. And once Yahweh Shem Shai bring destruction, everybody gonna understand. They're gonna fear him. They're gonna understand, right? Every eye shall see, right? They're gonna understand who that true power. They're gonna understand that these all are idols around. All these other people they put fear and trust into, these are all idols around, right? This is verse 29. It says, "Are not two sparrows sold for fathering, and one of them shall not fall on the ground, right? Without your father." Meaning what? A tree branch won't fall unless Yahweh Shem Shai allow it to fall, right? Just as well going to Daniel 4:17. Trump, Putin. The only reason they're in position because why? Yahweh Shem Shai put them there, and guess what they're doing? They fulfilling the lot which Yahweh Shem Shai put them to do, set for them to do. Right? It's Daniel 4:17. Right? It says, "This matter is by decree of the watchers, and demand by the word of the holy ones." Who are the holy ones? Talking about the elect. right? Ultimately, Israel is the elect nation, but within Israel, right, there's the election. 144,000 men who walk and strive for their righteousness and their perfection, which Lord willing, if that number will receive in the kingdom, right? It says to the intent that the living may know that the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men. Who? The Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men, right? Not Trump, not Putin, not none of these people. All these people are his characters in the movie that he set, right? These are the characters. He controlling all of them, right? He ruleth in the kingdom of men, right? It says, and giveth it to whomsoever he will, right? And setteth over the base of men. Who's that base of man? Lord, Esau, Edom, right? He's the base of men. The Most High put them in these positions so they fulfill. Because look at Trump. You got to think, these elites, the Most High put the spirit on these elites to bring Trump back in office. Because when you understand the elder apostle Tahar always tells you that, the president is not elected, he's selected. Most High put the spirit on them to bring Trump back in office, because Trump gonna come out here and he arrogant. He got that pride. He gonna come out here and do all the shit that they trying to get through. He gonna come out here and help them push that new world order. Y'all put the spirit on them to allow them do. That's why Trump get out here with EBT coming down hard. I think it's something with 2026 they finna start coming down hard on the Haitians deporting them, things and such, right? It's all prophecy to what? To be fulfilled. Jacob's trouble, right? And we're gonna read Proverbs 21. I got a few more precepts real fast. I wanna go back to Daniel 2 and verse 21, right? It says that he changes the times, right? It says he changes the times, talking about Yahweh, right? And he changes the times of the season. He removeth kings and setteth up kings. He giveth wisdom unto the wise and knowledge to them that know understanding, right? So understanding that the Most High set up kings and he take down kings. Well, he set up these kings to do what? To fulfill their lot, right? He allowed America to become a top big kingdom so that it can go out and deceive those 2/3. That's why he said they go out with devils go out working miracles. Right? They go out working miracles, go out doing all these things. They're going to deceive those 2/3. They're going to deceive the world to have them thinking that Esau a big badass. That's why he said that. What do you say? What is that? Revelation? Right? Is it Revelation 18 where it says how for her? It might be Jeremiah. Yeah, in Revelation 18, right? And I want to start. I started at verse 7. It says, how much she hath glorified herself, talking about Babylon the Great, talking about America, right? And the people within America. When we're speaking of America, we're speaking of this place, but the earth is in the hands of the wicked. These people that's running this place, these people the one who doing these things, right? Yahweh said, put these people in position, because look at the pride and look at the pride and the arrogancy of Esau. They think they can't be touched. They think can't nothing happen to them, right? As you read here, how much has she glorified herself and lived deliciously, right? So much torment and sorrow give her, for she saith in her heart, I said the queen, and am no widow, and shall see no sorrow. Therefore shall her plagues come in one day, death and mourning and famine. She shall utterly be burned with fire, for the strong of the Lord Yahweh who judgeth her. And the kings of the earth are the ones who drank on the fornication of Babylon, who feared America, who let America trick them and deceive them. The people who look past the immortality, all the wickedness that's going on here just because America helped them getting money, all the things and such, right? It says who have committed fornication and lived illicitly with her, and also the people within, also those 2/3 who fell in love these ways as well. He said, shall bewail her and lament for her when they shall see the smoke of her burning, right? Let's go into that word bewail. Let's go to that. Matter of fact, just because as I watched the lesson, they was talking about how, Elder Pastor Tahar brought out the, going into the research the word, how he the first one bring out the blue letter Bible. Lord willing, we're going to start bringing out definition in the blue letter Bible, man, right? It's that time, man. It's high time to wake out of sleep. It's high time to stop playing, man. It's game time now. It's fourth quarter. Ain't no time to be winging, no time to be playing around, no time to get worried and weak, ain't no time to get scared. Now it's time to get on that watch time and go harder and harder, right? Because when you understand, ultimately, Yahweh Shah is putting their spirit on them to push and get it done. You see how they push it. Ain't no telling ain't no telling how much longer it's gonna be before the MOTB pop out. But you see Jacob's trouble ramping up, right? It's time. Seek the Lord while he is near. All that playing around and all them games being played, you don't know if you in or you out. Hey, it's time to lock in. If anything that's coming between you and this truth, you need to separate it. Because at the end of the day, this is going to lead you to eternal life, right? It's going to lead you to eternal life. The Most High put the spirit on these jakes It's like Most High put the spirit on these wicked ones, these Esau, these elites. They put the spirit on these people to create these distractions, these obstacles, right? So that you won't be focusing on the truth. These are temptations that was created for you, Yahweh. That's why he said, you have kept your patience, right? To keep from the hour of temptation. That's why you got to move in the spirit. Esau created this lust, this lust of the flesh. Esau created all these things to keep you bound, keep you caught up in the ways of the world. The Most High allowed them to do that. The Most High put the spirit on them to do that, right? You gotta think. The spirit, what the scripture say, right? Psalm 17, right? Happy for them which are your sword. Their power, everything they got, is from Yahweh Shah gave it to them, right? It ultimately, we understand it. Yahweh Shah, Isaac, same spirit. Isaac blessed Esau what? The sword and the fats of the earth. Yahweh Shah, Isaac, same spirit. You know, the Lord blessed them with these things, right? But guess what? He also gonna come take it from him, because you gotta know a man's heart is in the hands of the Lord. Ain't nothing gonna get done without Yahweh Shah ordaining it. That's why you gotta understand. For us, this is mercy. Yahweh Esau think they're ahead of the game. Esau think. Matter of fact, if I read this, before I go to that, I'm gonna go to a precept real fast. Esau think that they doing shit that don't nobody know about. That's why Yahweh Shah has us watching the prophets. These things are being revealed. We just read. Everything that's done in the dark should come to light. Everything that's hid shall be uncovered. Ain't nothing going down. That they ain't tricking us. So I don't know how the hell you think that Yahweh Shah allowed them to create the mark of the beast. Don't tell us what it is. I don't know why you think Yahweh Shah will give us mercy, not give us his name. He revealed these things unto us. So that what? So we can overcome him by the blood of the Lamb, right? In the spirit of his testimony, that spirit of prophecy. All these things are revealed unto us, brought unto us through the spirit of Yahweh Shah. That's how we know Yahweh Shah is controlling them, set them to do what he do. We looking at them like, well, we already know what you on. Yahweh, you only doing that because Yahweh Shah sent for you to do it, right? Who shall resist his purpose, right? This quick precept real fast. Isaiah 29:15. It says, "Woe to them that seek deep to hide their counsel from the Lord Yahweh, and their works are in the dark. And they say, who seeth us and who knoweth us? Surely your turning of things upside down shall be esteemed as the potter's clay." Because guess what? Esau turned everything upside down, right? He said, for shall the work say of him that made it? Because you got to think, Yahweh Shah created the wicked, and he created the righteous, right? So he know everything. Whom shall resist his purpose? Merely paraphrasing again, right? He said, for shall the work say of him that made it, he made me not? Or shall the thing frame say of him that framed it, he had no understanding, right? Because we understand Yahweh, everything that they doing, everything they said, they think they have the seat count. They think that Most High don't think that they doing shit nobody don't know about. Guess what? Yahweh Shah is revealing all that. That's part of prophecy, man. You know, the men of sin and son of perdition shall be revealed. Yahweh Shah is revealing all that to us, man. Right? But let's go back to this. What was that? I think that's verse 9. Let's go into that word be well. Right? Yeah, let's go into that word be well. Well, I think I passed it. Bear with me. Oh, shall be well.
Strong's
right?
G 2799. Clio.
Clio, right? To mourn, weep, lament, weeping as a sign of pain and of grief for the thing signified, right? And pain and grief of those who mourn for the dead. To weep for, mourn for, bewail one, right? It says, Clio, of uncertain affinity, to sob, wail aloud, as well as to cry silently, bewail, weep. Because why? Once Yahweh Shah take them down, but they gonna know they through. They gonna know they through, but you knocked off a Mary, you knocked off the power, right? Let's go to that. I keep quoting it, right? I'm gonna go to Romans, right? So, Romans 9 and verse 17. It says, "For the scripture saith unto Pharaoh, even for the same purpose have I raised thee up, right? That I might show my power in thee, and that my name might be declared throughout all the earth." Is America not that top country? Is America not that top place to where if a country take down America, they're gonna be seen OD powerful? But watch how Yahweh Shah take down America. Watch how Yahweh Shah destroy America. that everybody gonna know, everybody gonna fear him, right? Everything they doing, Most High say, he told you, he take the wise in their own craftiness. All they doing, all these little gimmicks again, they playing, all these little things they doing, they think that they doing some shit behind the scene. They think they don't know, man, a man's heart is in a man going to the Lord, how can he understand his own way? You know, these kings' minds in the hands of the Lord. He controlling them, he's setting them to do all these things, right? Let me continue reading down. It says, therefore hath he mercy on whom he have mercy on, and whom he will he hardeneth. Thou wilt say then unto me, why doeth he yet find fault? For who hath resisted his will? Right? Who has resisted his will? Everything that these elites, all these people doing, is because Yahweh Shem Shah set for them to do it. Right? So let's go back to Proverbs 21 and verse 1. Right? It says, the king's heart, and heart goes into mind. King's heart is in the hand of the Lord. And as the rivers of water, he turneth it wherever so he will, man. Right? So wherever so he won't get done, that's what he do. You won't shrimp up, because you gotta think. These are you gotta think. Even this is spiritual to hit me in the spirit. When we seeing them coming harsh on Jake, we seeing them coming harsh on this. First they came on the Northern Kingdom, come and get so-called Mexicans, deport them things that such. We seeing like, but these signs, Jacob's trouble. Now they coming hard on the Southern Kingdom. What the scripture not tell you, right? Jacob's trouble, not Northern Kingdom, not Southern Kingdom, not Ephraim, not Manasseh, not Judah, not Levi. No, this is Jacob's trouble. The whole nation of Israel. And these are signs that Yahweh Shem Shah is showing us, right? So he put, hey, get this done. But the elect, the ones who know, the ones who on that watchtower, they shall see. They gonna see these things, right? They gonna see these things like, oh, but Most High ramping them up. Hey, it's getting started. Come on, tighten up, right? That's why Yahweh Shah cussed them out. What he say? You can look at the weather. You can look at the sky to discern the weather, but you can't look at the times and see what's going on, right? You can look at the trees, see the leaves starting to go. If you go outside right now when it's winter time, you see the trees look dead, leaves falling off. Well, in the summertime coming in, cause why? The trees get blossoming, the grass growing, things that such, right? You see these things the same way with the time. Knowing that when certain things pop off, knowing, boy, we're getting closer to the kingdom, closer to Yahweh Shem Shah, right? Yahweh Shem Shah, he controlling each of them to get things done. He using them to get prophecy done, right? Once again, I read it again. It says the king's heart is in the hands of the Lord Yahweh, as the rivers of water, right? He turneth it whethersoever he will, man, right? He turn it whereversoever he will, whatever he want to get done, whatever he want them to do, he put that on them and they get it done. They do it, man. And that's what it is. Yahweh Shem Shah, he control everything, right? The Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men. He control it all, right? This is what he can take them down. He put them in position. When he put them in position, they do what he said. They do what he said for them to do, right? And then once they get done, guess what? He get them out of the way, right? Get them out of the way. What you gonna do with Esau Edom, right? Matter of fact, well, El Apostle Ramlah did a lesson a while ago. It was talking about how the Edomite, I can't think of his name, how he created an atomic bomb. Yahweh Shem Shah allowed him to create an atomic bomb because what? Boom, these crafty, these miracles, these things, all these things they use to try to fight for eternal life, these are the same things Yahweh Shem Shah going to use to destroy them, right? Lord willing, right? I'll close with that, right? It's Job 5 in verse 13. He says, he taketh the wise in their own craftiness, and the counsel of the froward is carried headlong. Right? They meet with darkness in the daytime and grope in the noonday as in the night. Right? And what grope means, like basically like how you get up at nighttime, you trying to find a light switch and you put your hand on the wall because it's dark kingdom. They don't this is a dark kingdom. Jake so lost, Esau walking dark, right? And Jake so lost, he falling behind them. They don't know what's going on. Right? But the ones who know they're in that light, that's why they say, you are not of the dark, you are of light. So the day of the Lord won't come to us thief of the night. Because we're on that watchtower peeping and seeing. We see when the Most High put the Spirit on Trump to get out here and ramp up these things up. We see who he put the Spirit on Trump to push Jacob trouble, to push, the MOT. We seeing these things, right? Because the spiritual power of the Spirit of Yahweh Shem Shah, go into those spiritual powers. Give us the spirit of discernment. Give us the spirit of prophecy. Give us the spirit of the understanding. Give us the spirit of these things which all work the same power. Lord, we'll go into that, later today or tomorrow, man. So Lord willing, right? This lesson was edifying, exalting, right? And I want to give all honor and glory to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shah Bahashem, Hakadash. Double honors unto the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. And shout out to the whole elect, starting with that 100